Hi, good morning, or good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you're watching all over the world. This is your guy, your host, DLG Reppin. Ladies to the gentlemen, to the boys, to the girls. This is another match preview of the FA Cup quarter-final tie with Sheffield United that was meant to be played back in March, but obvious reasons, the coronavirus had cancelled that, just like every football that was cancelled around the world. So you're going to allow me to go into my starting 11, my formation, and my substitutes, and hopefully Arteta gets it right, and I hope he does get it right. Boy, it's hot in here. Starting off in goal, it would have to be Martinez for me. Did well on Thursday. He made a fantastic save against Shane Long, and he's definitely worthy of starting today, or tomorrow, should I say. My back four, which is a 4-3. Did I say 4-3-3? Yeah. Back four. I know he's going to go with Bellerin, but if it was down to me, I'll go with Cedric Suarez. But if Suarez is injured, then we have to go with Bellerin. For me, he has to put in a better performance than he did on Thursday. It's as simple as, don't think he's worthy of playing for Arsenal next season. And I think he will be sold at the end of the season. I hope he gets sold. 25-30 million, that will do. And we move on from him, because he hasn't been as consistent as he has been in previous years gone by. Ever since his injury, he has not come back consistent. He's lost his pace. Defensively, he's always found wanting, and offensively, he doesn't offer enough for me. Next, my centre-half pairing. I'm going to go with Mustafi. And I'm going to go, I might go Socrates. I'm going to go with Socrates and Holding. That's my back four for me. Rest Mustafi, because we're playing a number of games in the next 11 days. So I'll give Mustafi his rest and see how Socrates copes. I mean, Socrates is due a good game, and I'm hoping he can prove me wrong, prove the critics wrong, and have a strong game against Sheffield United. We need strong players for this particular cup tie, because Sheffield United will definitely be up for it. So Socrates at the back. Alongside him, I'm going to go with Holding, man of the match against Southampton, and rightfully so. Won everything in the air. He was composed, very calm, and very neat and tidy on the ball. And his reading of the game was second to none, and that really pleased me. And his performance in that game was superb, very commanding, and that is what we need at the back, someone who's commanding. So Rob Holding, he starts at centre half. My left back, if Tierney's injured, it's going to have to be Kolasinac. But I will go with Tierney. But we don't know how well. I'll go with Tierney because I think he had a cramp, and he had to be taken off for precaution reason. So, yeah, I'm going to still go with Tierney for me. Great, he's I'll say great left back. I won't say great, but very good left back. One for the future. Still only 22, 23, and he's someone that I really do like from a defensive point of view. He reads the game. He spots danger before reacting to it for me, and he's got great pace defensively as well as offensively as well. Good cross on him as well. For me, he's in my team. He starts against Sheffield United. Right, the midfield three. the one who's going to be in a defensive midfield, sitting between the two centre halves. I'm going to go Xhaka again. He was good. He had a good game for me. Neat and tidy. He was neat and tidy on the ball for the majority of that game. Only once that he gave the ball, he gave a sloppy pass, but that was just only once. Again, Arteta trusts in him. Arteta trusts him, but I don't trust him myself, and that's my personal view on him. And I mean, I know I don't speak for the majority of Arsenal fans, but I think speaking for myself, he is not trusted. But he did have a good game, and he has to get a mention where it's deserved. So Xhaka starts for me. The two alongside him, either side of him, should I say, thought long and hard about this, but I'm going to go with Maitland-Niles. Some energy in that midfield. And I think he deserves an opportunity to perform in the midfield and to do a good job there. And I think he will do a good job there. So I think he deserves the opportunity to play some games there in that midfield where he's really strong. That's his position. That's where he feels that he's a born midfield player. So yeah, Jermaine James. Ainsley Maitland-Niles. Where did I get James from? I'm going to go with Dani Ceballos again. He is hot and cold, but there is a good player in him, and it's just coaching it into him. It's just the coaching. He just needs a lot of coaching, you know. It's all down to the coaching, not just him, but there's individuals to be coached to be better, and there's some individuals that won't be coached because they're uncoachable. But I believe Dani Ceballos would like to be coached, and he'd like to get his understanding of what it would take for him to perform week in, week out consistently. So Dani Ceballos, he starts the game for me. My front three, well, I would go with Pepe on the right. He's due a good game. And yeah, he's due a good game. I mean, he was not in the game against Southampton. I thought he was just found missing, and at times he was anonymous, should I say. Not missing as such, but he was anonymous, and yeah, he got the ball and he tried a trickery, and then he'll just end up losing the ball in the end, and it's like frustrating. And getting back as well, tracking back and helping out Bellerin. I mean, fair enough, Bellerin gets his criticism defensively, but it don't help with Pepe's not prepared to track back and help him out. Instead of tracking back with pace, he's jogging, and that's what I don't want to see. Players jogging and walking, and he's not the only one who does it. There's a number of Arsenal players that do it, and it really winds me up. But he starts. My left mid for this game. And now I thought long and hard about this again, but I would give Reece Nelson a go. I mean, Arteta seems to like him, and he feels that he could be a real gem, a real top gem, and he's got a lot of potential. We know that he's got a lot of potential, and I see it myself, and I like the way he's direct. He does have a go at his fullbacks because he's got the pace, he's got the ability, dribbling ability. Now he's just got to put it into practice, put it into action, should I say. And you know what they say about practice makes perfect. So it depends on how well he's been coached by Arteta and his coaches in training. So Reece Nelson, he does get an opportunity for me in this game. And up top, I know there's no rest for the wicked. Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. For me, we need him right in the middle to cause some damage. I mean, this team is as strong as it can get, and I want to see a performance put in. And a big performance. So, yeah, Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang up front. Now, the substitutions. Matt Macy in goal. He's been waiting a long time. I think the last time I see him in action for Arsenal was in a 2-1 win against Norwich, where Eddie Nketiah made his debut and he banged a brace. And that was an overall good night for Eddie Nketiah. And it worked out a treat for Matt Macy. Didn't get the clean sheet, but there you go. What do I know? Maybe it's got something to do with that defence. But for me, Matt Macy starts on the bench for me. Well, who can I go for? A defender. Well, I'm thinking of a defender. Yeah, Mustafi on the bench for me. I think he needs a rest, and I think he can come off the bench just in case one of our centre-backs get injured, or if Bellerin's in a real terrible game, a game that is a 0 out of 10, then he's got to come on. But for me, Mustafi, he starts on the bench. Matthew Smith, a youth academy product, if I can call him that. 19 years of age, a versatile player, can play in midfield, but he's a natural centre half, one for the future. I think he can start on the bench. No, in fact, matter of fact, I'm going to change that to Zach Medley. Yeah, Zach Medley starts on the bench for me. Who else? If Torreira's fit, he can start on the bench because he's just come back from injury. And we can't rush him back too soon. So, Lucas Torreira on the bench. Guendouzi, I think he was punished for his behaviour and not keeping his big mouth shut and insulting Maupay about how much he earns, and he will never earn as much as he, and no Brighton player will never earn as much as Arsenal players get. Well, he needs to keep his mouth shut and do his job on the pitch. So for me, Guendouzi can be on the bench. Ozil, just in case we need some creativity in that midfield. Ozil, for me, he starts on the bench, and that's as far as I can go with him. I mean, if he can make the bench against Southampton, I think he can make the bench against Sheff United in his cup tie. So Ozil on the bench. Just Shane Martinelli's injured. Who do we have? Joe Willock on the bench for me. Definitely. I mean, he came on. His energy was there to be seen. His superb energy was there to be seen, and I thought he came on and he offered us a different direction from a positive point of view. So Willock is nice on the bench for me. Lacazette, definitely on the bench for me. A game changer for sure, and he and Aubameyang link up very well together. So Lacazette makes the bench, and do we need a striker? Do we need an attacker? One more. Who can make that bench for me? I'll tell you what. I'll go with Matthew Smith, or Matt Smith. No, it's Matthew Smith, sorry. Yeah, he can sit on the bench for me. Yeah, he will have to start on the bench for me, because I think that's the place I'll give him. So, yeah. Matthew Smith is on the bench for me, so that's my 9 substitutes completed. Do I believe we can win? I believe we could win, but it's a 50-50 game for me. Sheffield United have been superb all season. They've had their blip, losing a couple of games, but in fact they've lost 3 games on a spin, if I'm not correct, if I'm not mistaken, I think they've lost 3 games on the spin, and they seem to be having a tough time of it lately. So Chris Wilder's boys will definitely be up for a cup game. So we've got to be up for it. We've got to be more than up for it as well on the day. We've got to want it more. So for me, Sheffield United v Arsenal game kicks off at 1 o'clock tomorrow. Score prediction, I don't do. If you want to predict the scores, if you want to predict the score line at full time, then leave it in the comments below. Do like my channel by smashing the thumbs up like button, and do subscribe to my channel. That's DLG Reppin, yeah? Me. Other than that, yeah, thanks for listening, thanks for tuning in. Ladies, gentlemen, boys and girls, I'm going to be back for an afternoon screening, and the Wolves and... Oh, sorry, I think it's Aston Villa Wolves, or is it Wolves and Aston Villa? Drop it in the comment below. I'm going to watch that game for me. So, yeah, I look forward to it. So, thank you for watching, and I'll be back shortly, yeah? Peace, love and bliss once again. Latest.